Imagine if Drew never made it out of Turning Woods. Not for days. Not for weeks. But long enough for Port Charles to start rewriting its future without him. What would that mean for Wiley and Amelia, and everyone orbiting their lives? In this alternate world, Drew's disappearance isn't treated as a short-term crisis. It becomes a quiet, unsettling mystery. No clear answers. No dramatic rescue. Just silence where certainty used to be. Before this moment, Drew was a stabilizing force. A protector. A man who believed he could fix things if he stayed calm long enough. But Turning Woods changes that. Imagine Drew trapped inside, his memories blurring, his sense of time slipping. Every day inside that place makes it harder for him to hold on to who he was. And outside, the people who depended on him are forced to adapt. Let's start with Wiley and Amelia. In this alternate timeline, the kids don't hear dramatic details. They just hear that Drew is away, that he's getting help, that he'll be back soon. But kids feel absence more than explanations. Wiley becomes quieter. He starts asking fewer questions, not because he understands, but because he doesn't want to upset anyone. He watches the adults closely, sensing that something isn't right. Amelia, still too young to ask questions, reacts differently. She becomes clingy, restless. She cries when routines change, when familiar faces disappear from her daily life. And that puts enormous pressure on Willow. In this version of events, Willow steps into survival mode. She smiles for the kids. She keeps schedules tight. She convinces herself that stability is enough. But late at night, the fear creeps in. What if Drew doesn't come back the same? What if he doesn't come back at all? Michael tries to be the anchor. He doubles down on being present, responsible, dependable. But even he can't fully shield Wiley from noticing the tension in every room. And then there's Carly. Carly doesn't accept uncertainty well. In this alternate world, she refuses to believe Drew is simply lost. She pushes. She questions institutions. She pressures anyone who might know something. Her determination becomes both a strength and a problem. Because the harder she pushes, the more resistance she meets. Jason, meanwhile, approaches this differently. Instead of charging in, Jason watches. He listens. He senses that something about Turning Woods doesn't add up. In this alternate reality, Jason quietly starts pulling threads. Old contacts. Uncomfortable conversations. Paths that don't show up on official records. But even Jason can't move fast enough to stop the emotional fallout spreading through the town. Alexis feels it too. She starts questioning the system that allowed someone like Drew to disappear into a facility with so little transparency. She talks about accountability, about consent, about how easily people can be forgotten when paperwork replaces humanity. Her concerns ripple outward. Nina reacts in a more complicated way. In this alternate world, Nina sees Drew's absence as both tragic and destabilizing. She worries about Willow. She worries about the children. But she also worries about how fragile the balance of Port Charles has become. Because when Drew is gone, old tensions resurface. Without Drew acting as a buffer, misunderstandings escalate faster. Trust erodes more easily. People choose sides without realizing they're doing it. Scout, especially, feels the loss deeply. In this timeline, Scout becomes withdrawn. She tells herself her father is strong, that he'll find his way home. But privately, she's angry. Angry at the adults who can't give her answers. Angry at a system that took her father away. And that anger starts shaping her choices. Now let's talk about Port Charles itself. In this alternate world, the town feels heavier. Conversations lower when Drew's name comes up. People stop asking questions because they don't like the possible answers. Turning Woods becomes a whispered warning instead of just a place. A symbol of what happens when help turns into isolation. Families hug their kids a little tighter. Friends check in more often. But beneath that care is fear. Because if it can happen to Drew, it can happen to anyone. Eventually, cracks start to show. A record doesn't match a memory. A timeline doesn't line up. A detail Jason uncovers refuses to stay buried. And the question shifts. It's no longer, where is Drew? It becomes, who benefits from him staying gone? By the time the truth starts to surface, the damage has already been done. Wiley has learned to protect his emotions. Amelia has learned that people disappear without warning. Scout has learned that trust isn't guaranteed. And even if Drew returns one day, this family will never be the same. Because in this alternate world, Drew's absence didn't just remove a man. It reshaped a generation. So now I want to hear from you. In this what-if reality, do you think Wiley and Amelia grow stronger or more guarded? Would Drew's eventual return heal the damage, or expose even deeper wounds? And who do you think would uncover the truth first? Jason, Carly, or someone fans might not expect? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your theories might just shape the next alternate reality we explore.